I'm going to show you how to prepare a wall for painting, and the tools I require for this job are a drop sheet, gap fillers, some safety equipment, scrapers, sandpaper, water and the sugar soap. I also need a ladder to get up to the places I can't reach. So the first thing is we have to make sure our walls are really clean, so I'm going to use some sugar soap and water and give it a really good clean down. So we would prepare the wall for painting because we don't want all the little nicks and scratches to show up through the top coat, and also we want to make sure it's clean because we want the paint to adhere properly to the wall. I'll just dry the sugar soap off with a rag and then I'll go on with the next bit. So the next step is to put down my drop sheet and to scrape off any imperfections and flaky paint that's on the wall. So the next step is I'm going to fill all the cracks and imperfections up with some powdered gap filler. So to mix my powdered filler, I'm going to put it in a bucket with some water, stir it to a toothpaste consistency, and then I'll apply it to the wall. So I'll just overfill them a little bit so that when it dries we can sand it back and get a smooth finish. So for the corners I'm going to use a multi-purpose gap sealer, and that's applied with a caulking gun, and once that's applied we can go over with the damp sponge to smooth it off. So I'm going to use a damp rag to wipe off the excess gap filler and make it smooth. Depending on how big the gaps are, you may need a second layer of filler once this one's dried. My filler is now dry, so I'm ready to sand it off to a smooth finish, and I'm going to use the sanding pad because it covers a larger area. I've now finished sanding all my wall and it's ready for painting, so that's how you prepare your wall for painting.